Welcome to Frisco, Texas. It is great to have you with us as we have a couple of teams amped up and excited to go in the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl to see who will leave here as Frisco Bowl champions. There's nothing quite like wrapping up a regular season with a bowl victory. It just leaves a good taste in your mouth going into the offseason. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the UNLV Rebels, taking on a team from the MAC, the Ohio Bobcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Kickoff team on the field, ready to start this postseason classic. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Ohio's offense will go on the attack first. And Jesse, they've got a quarterback that if he can get into a rhythm can certainly make plays for his team.
Here's the thing about him, too. He's not the most consistent guy, and he's not the most talented quarterback in the country, but when he's hot, he's really, really tough to stop, David. It's important they get this guy going early.
Yeah, and it's not just him. Like, the offense has to, around him, play well. They've got to protect him. Receivers have to make plays. The running game would be good to get going, so it's got to be a team effort because then he can really be at his best.
Just a short pass to the tight end. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at 5.
That's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Now they'll run it to the right here. Creates a little room. Oh, he's got some space. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one, Reese, that this team was going to try to use their speed and take advantage of it, and they did right there. Nice gain on the run play to the right.
Found plenty of running room in that defense. They've got to find a way to get there, make the tackle in the open field.
Yeah, and they got to do a good job with their eyes, finding the football, and they've got to get a lot of bodies to this guy because he is fast.
They stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest. And the Bobcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. That's caught. It's Gossett. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
I know everyone's yelling like, you didn't get the first down, we need more yards. But if you think about it, nice short completion, sets up a 3rd down. And guess what? Nowadays, 4th down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Harris. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
The Bobcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to throw, it's Navarro. Makes the grab on the left. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Bobcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Caught near the sticks. It's Hendricks. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
And you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
The Bobcats back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. It's complete. They They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
Yeah, and what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom, I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. The play action fake. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio! Fitted in the window for the score.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive, cap it off with a touchdown.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They march 78 yards down the field, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside is 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So UNLV's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And David, this offense is built around keeping it on the ground and feeding the beast at running back.
Yeah, and he is a grown ace man. That dude, it starts and ends with him. Jesse, how nice is it to have a running back that you can turn, hand the ball to? He's going to get positive chunks. Defenses fear him. That's a really nice place to start on offense.
And it doesn't matter how many guys they have in the box, right? Every single week, defense is key on stopping this guy, and none of them can do it. He is so dynamic, a true game changer for this offense.
The Rebels have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Pulls and throws off the RPO. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Makes the grab. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. UNLV is coming off its best 2-year stretch in school history, but they've got a new coach, but an experienced one in Dan Mullen, who has more than 100 wins on his resume.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Reese. Dan Mullen. He's inheriting a team that was very successful. They were 1 game away from going to the college football playoff. That's how good they were. A lot of experience, a lot of good moments in a building program.
And he's a really good mind on offense, no question about it. Very, very creative. So you expect that to continue at UNLV. And if that offense can do their thing, maybe this is a team that takes that next step.
They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. Grabbed over the middle, it's Gums. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
Dropping back, it's Calandria. He's got it on the run. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And the Rebels trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. He'll pull it on the read. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Rebels!
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Extra point here will tie the game. And he makes the extra point. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Ohio takes over. The Bobcat offense heads to the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's Navarro. Fires to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. Breaks into the open. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
The pull and throw off the RPO.
And there you see the bind that the RPO play can put a defender in. That linebacker had to make a decision. Was the running back going to get the ball? He thought so, so he bit up, and that allowed the slant to be thrown in behind him.
And the Bobcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They try to pop a run on the draw. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Got the back over the middle. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that first down.
The Bobcats look to keep this drive humming. Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up, David.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
They're setting up the screen. There he goes. Oh, what a cut. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
They executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
And the Bobcats started this drive, backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They'll give it to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
And here comes the offense on second down. Some early drama here. We're all even at the end of one of this postseason showdown. Let's take a look at the stats so far. As we move into the second, let's hope the rest of the game lives up to the early. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. The RPO, fire complete to the left. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Bobcats. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Really nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down in the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area. I'm throwing this thing on time, and this is going to be a touchdown. That's exactly what happened.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So a drive there of 82 yards, and they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here's the return from inside his 10. Nice, just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. He's looking deep. He's got it on the left. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Scanning the field, it's Calandria. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. A shot toward the end zone. and trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
The Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. The Ohio U offense returns to the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You've put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position. So if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
The Bobcats in a good spot here with second and short. Wants to go up top. Finds his tight end. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Gives it on the option. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
And the Bobcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass, it's Navarro. Quickly to the tight end. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not. And if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him, or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
The Bobcats will bring the punt team onto the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And that is an excellent punt as it lands out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Rebels offense is back on the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And the Rebels come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
On third and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Really nice job by the defense that time, getting a stop. They've been really good so far in this one, shutting this guy down, not letting him break out. You've got the lead. It's tight, though. And you know the opponent is going to keep trying to run it. So can you keep this up here in the second half on defense? That's the question.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Ohio U ready to go back to work on offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Dropping back, it's Navarro. Got a man. It's Hendricks. 46, but he got 10 on the play.
And listen, you get zone coverage and you can hit that curl route and he comes open continually, keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. They go to the draw. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a 1st down.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
Got it behind the line. It's Bradley. And they'll get him down, but boy, did he put some dudes in the spin cycle. My goodness. They'll snap it from the 47 on 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got a man. It's Thomas. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Caught in the backfield, it's Irvin. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make a miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
They'll try to run it in. Beck's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UNLV.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it. He put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
The extra point here would tie the game. And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll bring it back looking for help. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. From the gun, running back on the move. Maybe picked up a couple as he gets it to the 14.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. So now it's 2nd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. To throw, it's Navarro. Got room to work.
And you don't see that often when you're running a screen and you're featuring the running back and setting it up, but you go elsewhere. It's a nice job by the offense, nice job by the quarterback in particular, seeing the defense, saying, I can make a play somewhere else, and he goes and does it.
So 3rd and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. From the gun, wants to pass. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And that's why that guy plays DB and not wide receiver. DBs generally don't have as good of hands as wide receivers. That ball should have been picked off on 3rd down. Come on, man. That could have been a pick 6.
And the Bobcats decide to punt it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got his man. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football. Let him make plays.
They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Fires to the wideout. Working on the right. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. Touchdown Rebels. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a scoring toss from the 33. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Back to throw, it's Navarro. Unloads it left. And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Man, the defense, they haven't had an answer for this guy. He has been lighting them up in the pass game early and often so far, and that time just not able to hook up with his quarterback.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. The lone back's got it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Can't get him to the ground. They get him down at the 36. It will be a first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Bobcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. That's caught. It's Williams. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
To the air on first down. Get it out on the screen. They'll mark him out of bounds right at the 45-yard line.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Grab near the sticks. It's Gossett. He's down to the 37-yard line, and that's where he goes out of bounds. Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the first down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because you've thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you could tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback.
Snagged in the middle. It's Williams. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
To the air, it's Navarro. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback, but when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And with time running out here in the first half, the offense will take a knee, content to be on top as we head to the break. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Reese, some edge of your seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go in this Frisco Bowl. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the Frisco Bowl.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. Turning it on! They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Still on his feet at the 45. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. On the ground, it's Thomas. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Quarterback on the keeper. He has the first and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And this QB is dialed in. You've already seen the passing ability to make plays down the field, but how about this? Running the option as well. The diversity in this offense, really hard to stop, and he's having a day.
The Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. Got it in the middle. It's Gums.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
And the Rebels can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking left. Touchdown, Vegas! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
And how about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense, and number 3 is coming soon.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And for the extra point, we have a 28-17 ball game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Ohio takes over. The Bobcat offense heads to the field. They come out now down by 2 possessions, 28-17, and hoping to use it. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
And the Bobcats now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Off the play fake. Caught behind the line. It's Williams. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverage by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Punt is on its way. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Rebels offense is back on the field. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Oh, man, you don't see many of those anymore. Nowadays, the gloves are so good, the hands are so good. You don't see a lot of drop passes. Missed opportunity there for the receiver.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to throw, it's Calandria. This time he's got his man.
Quarterbacks love throwing slants to big boys. When you got big targets, man, it's hard to miss them. Great job throwing to a guy that tall, putting it near his body, and he plunks it in for the catch.
The Rebels come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. They'll throw on third and short. Trying to get behind the defense. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
And the Rebels line up to punt it away. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. The Ohio U offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I think at this point of the game now in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there. It didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out on the perimeter of the field that can get you back in this game.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Gossett. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
The Bobcats come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Looking downfield, it's Navarro. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The give to the lone running back. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Looking to throw on first down. Going for the big play, and they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Man, that is one this QB is going to wish he had back. That receiver was so wide open. There was nobody even near him, and the quarterback somehow overthrew him.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Leaves it with the back. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, third and long coming up.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. The give to the tailback. He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
And I think a lot of times when offenses run these counters, you're going to fake one way, right? Pull guys the other direction. If you can get some penetration really quickly, get behind those pullers, you got a chance to get in the backfield, just like right there, and create a TFL.
Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Palmer.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Card in the backfield. It's Irvin. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force the negative play.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I know hindsight's 20/20, but I hate the play call there. It's 3rd and long. You're in your own end of the field. That's a play. You got to throw it. You got to trust someone to make a catch and go make a play. You're trying to catch the defense off guard. Nobody falls for it. It's just a bad play.
The Rebels will line up to punt it away. Had to hurry the punt a bit, but gets great distance. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Ohio U ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
It'll be 3rd and long. To the air, it's Navarro. Lofts one high and deep. Got it! What a play there, and he's got it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Ohio! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Now they'll try the 2-point conversion and try to crawl within 3. Motion from the back. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. Two-point conversion is good, and now they're within a field goal. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Show him a little juke, and he's up to the 30 before he's brought down.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
And the Rebels can really attack on this 2nd and short. Now on the option. He'll toss it. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. Won't just be the quarterback, but he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read, and it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the first down.
They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. We've reached a break, and UNLV is on top. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He'll do it himself. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Got it in the middle. It's Gums. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
The Rebels are rolling down the field. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
And the Rebels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking to throw, it's Calandria. Rushes on him. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's loose down the middle. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Rebels.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands right to him and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and the score coming on the touchdown pass from 55 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Ohio takes over. The Bobcat offense heads to the field. Wants to throw. It's Navarro. On the move, he fires. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the fourth quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
With the catch, it's Harris. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. From the gun, running back gets to give. Finds his way ahead for 6 and a little breathing room to the 17.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He'll pull it down. Oh, he's got some space. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man there. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
And the Bobcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. To the air, it's Navarro. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Had it right in his hands in the middle of the field, and it trickled to the ground. It'll be 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
The Bobcats will punt it away on 4th down. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6th time tonight. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, I don't know if the big fella got freaked out because he was so wide open on that play, but that is a catch he has got to make for his quarterback.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Finds his man. It's Thomas. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right? You still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
The Rebels really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
And the Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I'll tell you, the offense might be setting up a shot down the field here. You might see them later fake the wide receiver screen and see if they can hit a tight end or another receiver running up the boundary. Keep your eye open for that.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Handoff from the gun. He is going nowhere as the defense is manhandling this running game.
And after taking a loss on that last run, a little bit of pressure right now for this offense on their own side of the field. They've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but this is a critical 3rd down that they have to convert. They don't want to give the ball back and put the pressure on their own defense.
Looking downfield, it's Calandria. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
The Rebels will send out the punt unit. That leg is staying loose, already the 5th kick of the night. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. The Ohio U offense returns to the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
And the Bobcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Got it set up on the outside. Breaks into the open. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the 1st down. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get to 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. Fires left. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and that receiver might have used a push-off to get free. We've got pass interference, but this time it's on the offense. Give to the single back. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Ran the ball on 1st down. Let's see what they do on 2nd. Back to pass. It's Navarro. Caught over the middle. It's Harris. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Got his man. And they're able to get him on the ground.
And on offense right now, you're at a juncture here of the game in the 4th quarter, trailing the way you are. You can't punt anymore. execution has got to be at a premium, and on that fourth down, they're able to hook up, move the sticks, and keep this momentum going.
A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
Well, the quarterback had the matchup he wanted. His big tight end with that wingspan working against that defender in the end zone. Man, that QB will take that matchup all day.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a touchdown pass covering 28 yards. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Rebels offense is back on the field. RPO complete to open the drive. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
Clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Getting late, pressure building, huge 3rd down coming up on the road for this. There he goes! And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Rebels!
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not 1, not 2, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they get it done with a big play, a 76-yarder for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Ohio U ready to go back to work on offense. Handoff from the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
But sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Navarro. Makes the grab. Runs through a tackle. Showed off just about every move in the book except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain.
And the offense gets the ball out pretty quick. But, man, if you're going to do that, that's fine. But we got to get the first down, or we got to get out of bounds so we can stop the clock. This offense, they've got to execute a little bit tighter down the stretch of this close football game.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an L.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. He's taking the deep shot. And a penalty flag comes in as that one falls incomplete, but this is going to be a positive play for the offense. Defense with pass interference coming. So a little too much contact trying to defend the fade, and that'll move it closer after that pass interference penalty. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. The Bobcats have it with a 1st and 10. To the air, it's Navarro. Swings it out to the flat. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. Grabbed over the middle, it's Williams. Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game.
Well, we knew this quarterback could put up some monster numbers. He is putting on a clinic in this game. He now has over 400 yards passing.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Gossett. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
Quarterbacks get all the credit, rightfully so. They're the guys taking the snap every play. But my goodness, that dude could have run a 40-yard dash back there in the pocket before he had to throw a strike for a completion.
Still firing away as they'll go down swinging. Bringing the heat. And the pass is incomplete. They were going for the fabulous parting gift, but instead will just go home with a loss.